Hi, I'm Belinda Fenty.
And I'm Pauline Nakirya.
Welcome to Let's React podcast, the show where we dive into the world of entertainment.
Yeah, we'll share our experiences, the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Join us every week as we bring you stories, industry insights, and captivating conversations.
Let's React podcast, where the spotlight shines on our stories and the magic of Black British talent. Welcome back to another episode of Let's React.
Let's react.
I am Pauline Nakirya, and that was
Belinda Fenty. Hi.
Yeah. As you can tell, she is energized and ready to get the show on the road.
So ready.
Look at her, so much energy. Oh, Belinda. If only I had this energy today. I do, but you also for the both of us, which is good. Represent.
Represent.
Yeah. So
what have you got
Belinda.
for us today, Pauline?
Yeah, so today we're going back to looking at playwrights. And as it's still Black History Month, we thought we'd throw in somebody who is believed to be from North Africa, but hanging out with the philosophers in Rome. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I'm going to try and pronounce his name for any academics listening. I'm going to say this is me adding the African flavor to this name. So his name was Publius Terentius Afar.
Absolutely. Otherwise known as Terence.
Yeah, I think he's better known as Terence, a Roman playwright whose apparent life was shrouded in mystery and conflicting accounts, you know, like just now.
Yeah.
Where was he from?
Absolutely. So we're well aware that it's controversial as to whether you see him as Black or not. But he's an interesting dude. Thought to be from around Carthage, which is now modern day Tunisia, and it should be a bit of an interesting exploration of some of his work and his life.
Yeah, exactly. We're bringing the history, you know how we do. That's how we roll.
This is how we do. Is that copyrighted, right?
I think 30 seconds, we're good. This is how we do it. Yeah. And if you want to sue us, we have no money. Oh man, that was our version of Montel Jordan's version. Just put the artist name there. He was taken to Rome as a slave, and what is certain, as they say online, is that he was purchased by P. Terentius Lucanus, a Roman senator who recognized his literary
Yeah, I mean, he thought he had bare talent in writing and stuff, basically.
Yes, he thought he was, Belinda said he recognized how talented he was with writing and literature.
And ting.
And eventually freed him. But on a serious note, though, his legacy is said to be lying in mostly the genres of comedy. And he has quite a few adaptations of his writings that have survived. And apparently the text, before it was translated, was basically simple conversational Latin, which made all his work popular in the monasteries and convents during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, and also influenced quite a bit of, Western dramas. So even I think he influenced Shakespeare apparently as well with his style of writing. So, he's shrouded in mystery, this young man.
You're going to get a lot of sound effects today. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But you know what's great about the person that Pauline's picked for today? He is responsible for one of my favourite Latin expressions, which is homo sum humani nihil a me alienum puto, which means
I am human, and I think nothing human is alien to me.
Which is just beautiful. And I think it's a great thing for every actor to absorb and contemplate, because I feel as though you can't judge the characters you're playing. We could be any character.
Any character.
We're capable of anything. Some people say, oh, but I would never murder someone. But the thing is, the chances are there will be a scenario in which you potentially would. If it was your child and someone had, like, I don't know, a knife over your child, you're likely to do something about it. So it's just looking at what context will put you into another person's shoes. So anyway, I love his expression.
It's deep, isn't it, as well? Like, considering his circumstances. And I think one thing we're noticing is, like, a lot of these writers, in spite of what was happening in their lives, they seem to carry that dignity, Do you know what I mean? Like, they were smart people, really genuinely clever people, and they were just
compassionate. Because that's such a compassionate expression,
Yeah. Terence, his works used to teach people Latin, and also Molière in France, actually also one of the playwrights whose work was influenced by Terence's work in terms of structure, humor, character development. So it's all there, and we're going to perform for you guys a scene, which we haven't rehearsed, by the way. So, I'm just saying, people, chill, because we're just, focusing on the person for now, but we will be performing a little unrehearsed reading of his work. And also, like, in terms of how Terence died is unknown. Like, no one really knows exactly what happened to him, but he is believed to have died around the age of 25, because he never returned to Rome after he left to travel to Greece. So whatever happened to him, R.I.P. Terence.
Yeah.
We wanted to know your work, is serving us well today. And we are going to be honouring you too,
Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about creating and writing your words, still being able to have an impact, still being able to make people laugh, if it's, comedy, or think long after you're gone.
Yes. We're here to keep it going. Yeah. We'll keep it going. So the scene that we'll be looking at today as well, I know we talked about it briefly, but the scene we'll be looking at is from his play called The Brothers. And just a little bit about the play itself. Yeah, it's a Roman comedy play written by Terence in 100... Oh my God. I was almost going to say 1600s, but like, no, mate, that's wrong. 160s BC. So, and it revolves around two brothers, Mizio or Michio. I'm going to do the Italian way, I think. C is a ch. So Michio and Demir, and their differing approaches to parenting and life. Michio is a lenient and permissive father, while Demir is strict and traditional. So, the usual two contrasting characters and personalities. And the central conflict arises when The funny thing is, like, Belinda's laughing, but I actually practiced saying these names. I actually practiced them. But for the life of me, my brain just goes, oh, that is a very big word. But anyway, so, yeah.
The central conflict arises when his adopted son falls in love with a non-citizen woman named Pamphila.
That's a name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quite nice. It's quite elaborate.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So this leads to misunderstandings and complications. As the plot unfolds, both brothers learn valuable lessons about their contrasting philosophies. The play explores themes of family dynamics, generational differences, love, and the importance of understanding and compromise. The extract that we're going to be doing, basically, I believe it's Demir's son, who is in conversation with a servant called Cyrus. And he's just learned that his father has gone to the country, so I'm assuming they're in the city. It provides him with like a rare opportunity to muck around, basically. Dead's away. Yeah, let's play. So he's hoping his dad will be exhausted. He'll stay in the village or wherever he is, he's gone to, but he won't return for a couple of days to allow him to get on with his party. Big up, what up, you know. You could just imagine, like, if he had social media, he'd be posting, like, you know, my house is free, people come over, you know. So he's just talking to Cyrus, hoping his dad not coming back so he can enjoy himself, have fun, but asks Cyrus to let him know when his dad's arriving so he can shut down the party. But I think Cyrus is kind of confused about what's going on, like in terms of how he should alert him to let him know his dad's around. So, by the way, I always big you up with your dad about how you're a great son, how you're this, you're that, you're this, you know. And so Cyrus is explaining to him what it said to him, and then I think Tesipho, who's the son, is like, yo, what, you mean my dad's coming? Is he here? So I think he thinks he's like practicing that. So yeah, so you need to go now and hide, that kind of thing. I think that's what it does. So it's basically what the scene is about. This is kind of a misunderstanding about what's actually happening versus what isn't happening. And yeah, so I think my guy Cyrus has got jokes for days, and Tesipho is just taking it too serious, literally too serious. He's just here to party, not to joke around. So
awesome.
I don't mind being Tesipho and you can be Cyrus. Yeah.
All right.
Again,
let's do it.
Yes, this is unrehearsed, people. You know, just putting it out there. Simmer down, all right? Just enjoy this. Remember how men used to play women?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that? So,
oh, yes.
So we could do it like normally, or then we could do it like how they would have done it.
Yeah.
This is our first rehearsal. My father gone into the country, say you.
With a careless air, sometime since.
Do tell me, I beseech you.
He is at the farm at this very moment. I warrant hard at work or other.
I really wish, provided it be done with no prejudice to his health, I wish that he may so eventually tire himself that, for the next 3 days together, he may be unable to arise from his bed.
So be it. And anything still better than that, if possible.
Just so, for I do most confoundedly wish to pass this whole day in merrymaking as I have begun it. And for no reason do I detest that farm so heartily as for its being so near town. If it were at a greater distance, night would overtake him there before he could return hither again. Now, when he doesn't find me there, he'll come running back here, I'm quite sure. He'll be asking me where I have been, that I have not seen him all this day. What am I to say?
Does nothing suggest itself to your mind?
Nothing whatever.
So much the worse. Have you no client, friend or guest?
I have. What then?
You have been engaged with them.
When have I not been engaged? This can never do.
It may do.
During the daytime, but if I pass the night here, what excuse can I make, Cyrus?
Dear me, how much I do wish it was the custom for one to be engaged with friends at night as well. But you be easy. I know his humour perfectly well. When he raves the most violently, I can make him gentle as a lamb.
Oh, in what way?
He loves to hear you praised. I make a god of you to him and recount your virtues.
What? Mine?
Yours. Immediately the tears fall from him as from a child for very joy. Starting, take care.
Why? What's the matter?
The wolf in the fable.
What? My father?
His own self.
What shall we do, Cyrus?
You only be off indoors. I'll see to that.
If he makes any inquiries, you have seen me nowhere. Do you hear?
Can you not be quiet?
Do you know what I find about this classical text? Because obviously they don't really write many stage directions or what's happening in the scene.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I think what we'll get to do like a Shakespeare play as well at one point and just see how
Yeah. So you just have to assume it. It's true.
I'm now thinking I might do him like a proper youth with a,
Yeah.
I'm ready to party.
Cool. All right. Let me have a think as well. Okay, yeah, I've got it.
All right. My father gone into the country, you say?
With a careless air, sometime since.
Do tell me, I beseech you.
He's at the farm at this very moment, I warrant, hard at some work or other.
I really wish, provided it be done with no prejudice to his health, I wish that he may so effectually tire himself that for the next 3 days together he may be unable to arise from his bed.
So be it, and anything still better than that if possible.
Just so, for I do most confoundedly wish to pass this whole day in merrymaking as I have begun it. And for no reason do I detest that farm so heartily as for its being so near town. If it were a greater distance, night would overtake him there before he could return hither again. Now, when he doesn't find me there, he'll come running back here, I'm quite sure. He'll be asking me, where have I been? That I have not seen him all day this day. What am I to say?
Does nothing suggest itself to your mind?
Nothing whatsoever.
So much the worse. Have you no client, friend, or guest?
I have. What then?
You've been engaged with them.
When have I not been engaged? That can never do.
It may.
During the daytime. But if I pass the night here, what excuse can I make, Cyrus?
Dear me, how much I do wish it was the custom for one to be engaged with friends at night as well. But you be easy. I know his humour perfectly well. When he raves the most violently, I can make him gentle as a lamb.
In what way?
He loves to hear you praised. I make a god of you to him and recount your virtues.
What? Mine?
Yours? Immediately, the tears fall from him as from a child for very joy. Starting. Ha! Take care.
What? What's the matter?
The wolf in the fable.
What? My father?
His own self.
What shall we do, Cyrus?
Ooh, you only be off indoors. I'll see to that.
If he makes any inquiries, you have seen me nowhere. Do you hear?
Can you not be quiet? That's cool. That one, I felt like I was tricking you, by the way. I felt like he wasn't really there.
There. Yeah, I felt it much better, actually, because I had the confusion as well. Like, what? Ha! Oh, what? So what did you... I like the second one better as well.
It's fun. It's so fun. Yeah. I like it.
So much fun.
It feels really modern.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we actually did a play of it and we had it as two sisters?
Yeah.
I think it would work.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would.
All right, let's
and it's like a lot of yeah, for real. Yeah, it's like a lot, like, I mean, you kind of said it earlier, but there's so many TV shows where you have like college kids or school kids whose parents go away and they want to throw a party, and it really reminds me of that. It's so funny. So this whole parents trying to control you and stop you having fun is like an age-old problem. Right from the BC times.
A story as old as BC
time.
Because even the play itself, when I was reading parts of it, like, he's in love with a girl who is not a civilian or a native or something from the same town, so she's probably not Rome. So it's like, you know, that thing of he loves someone else, is like all about this girl, and then his brother's like, yo, what do you mean it's all about this girl? Like, you can do better, you know?
Yeah.
So it's got that teen drama, like you said. The whole drama's like, what do you mean you like this girl? Come on, man, you just there's other fishes in the sea.
Yeah. It's
So,
funny. You know what they say
yeah,
about there being no new stories?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think it's true. So,
So,
like, don't
yeah.
labour trying to get something original because it's all been told. Just do it your way.
Yeah, definitely. So you see, yeah, my boy, Mr. Terence, the playwright, his works have actually influenced, if you can see that, have influenced a lot of storytelling, especially teen dramas. If you add the modern concept, especially in terms of, like we were saying earlier about the structure of it, the story plot line and how things go. Yeah, this is one of them. Obviously, there are always the two brothers. There's a one woman involved. There's a mischievousness as well to it. So yeah, and there's always that one character who knows everything.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
Cyrus
true.
knows
Yeah.
everything.
And is
Yeah,
quite confident about it as well. Like, it's basically
yeah,
saying, I can
definitely.
manipulate your dad.
And you
Yeah,
apparently, because
exactly.
I'm just telling you a story that I've told him, and I'm like, oh, what? Wait, it's your dad? And he's like, how convincing he is at telling stories that even he gets confused, like, oh, he's here? You mean to say he's here? He's like, no, I was just, oh, okay, cool, we're going with that. All right, cool, let's go with it, But everyone kind of doesn't realize how smart he is until, yeah, if it's too late or he gets the last
I
laugh,
hope so. From that
So,
small scene
so
I've seen, I
yeah.
hope so. I hope he gets the last
Yeah,
laugh.
but now I see a lot of this style of writing in a lot of modern plays, and if when we say modern as well, I mean even classical texts like Moliere and Shakespeare, like Edwardian, Jacobean plays, because clearly they adopted that structure, and also. Terence to have that humor in spite of his circumstances, but also the insight of being, I would think maybe Terence was Cyrus,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that he knew what was going on. He knew how to, sweet talk everybody, say the right thing to the right person, and then be able to just, boom, done, get what I want, mate. Yeah. So, no, I like that. I did. I genuinely enjoyed
Yeah, me
that.
too. Yeah, I'm intrigued now. I
Yeah.
now want to read some of his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 6 works, so I wonder what what else is there. I think they wrote a book on him as well. There's a book with his
Yeah, I love that
works.
you're finding all these, you're introducing me to all these new people, playwrights, artists. It's great.
Yeah, there's a book called Terence, The Brothers and Other Plays, A Master of Terence. Probably they were documented, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because they were performed in monasteries as well. And so they must have kept a record of them. Obviously, how he actually looked is unknown. There's different images. But I'm going to go with the one with him without a beard. I feel...
What have you got against beards?
I feel like the ones with the beards make him look much older. I suppose they say he died 25 to 35 roughly, but at the same time, I feel like,
You just think he's
yeah,
cute.
I
You
don't
think he's
know.
cute without the beard. I know what you mean. He
He's
does look
wealthy
cute
without
without
the
the beard.
beard. Yeah. And I couldn't find if anyone has done any productions on him either. Because like when we were doing Ignatius Sancho.
Sancho, yeah.
Yeah, when we did that episode on him, on his stories, his letters, and all that stuff. For Ignatius, there was like a play about him, a book about him. Whereas with Terence, if anyone knows of anything anyway, in terms of his stories for Terence, or just even about the person, there's not much. I've not seen anything unless they've done something in
Yeah.
Rome.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
Like,
here in the UK, yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
yeah, it's weird.
Because considering like the influence that he had on comedy, on some of the playwrights like Shakespeare and Moliere, it's just amazing that nothing has been done about
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that he's not more widely known.
Just academic stuff.
Yeah, that's basically all I can see as well.
Yeah.
Academic. Apparently, it says anyway that he has the other famous quote that translates as "Fortune favors the brave."
Ooh, fortune
In fact, I
favors the
had a
brave.
coin that a friend of mine gave me to hold for nearly a year, which said "Fortune favors the bold or brave," but in Latin, a silver coin. Because my friend was really sweet. He said, "Hold this and give it to me when your luck changes." How sweet is that? So yeah,
Okay.
so I had this coin. Something like Fortunatum something.
Yeah.
But so Terence had some cute lines that are still in use, widespread. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I feel like we're going to post one every week.
Nice.
Nothing is said that has not been said before.
Are you joking? That's so funny because I literally just said that, didn't I? Kind of like in terms of stories, there are no new stories.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
How often things occur by mere chance, which we dared not even hope for.
Wow.
I hope this as a rule of life, too much of anything is bad.
I love him. He's so wise.
He is so wise. Oh my God, you're going to love this one. So many men, so many opinions.
Extreme law is often extreme injustice. That is profound.
Their silence is praise enough.
Yeah, complicity in silence, hey? He's even described me. He says, what a grand thing it is to be clever and have common sense.
Wait.
Terence,
stop flirting with Belinda, right? There's one here. I take it to be a principal rule of life not to be too much addicted to any one thing.
Yeah, he likes his moderation.
He's quite fairly, level-headed.
Clearly, yeah.
You can tell he's quite fairly level-headed, I love this. Honestly, I'm going to post something today.
They are so knowing that they know nothing.
It's deep, man. How has no one... I mean, I think maybe he's talked about in Rome, maybe he's talked about in Italy. I don't know. I might ask a couple of Italians. But a lot of the things, when we're talking about the structure of writing comedy, everything seems to be pointing to this guy. And yet we know little about him. I only found out about him just searching for Black playwright from way back. Yeah, so, okay.
But we did establish that he has two extremely famous quotations. So he's like definitely well known to an extent. But yeah, his works, not so much.
We did a little unrehearsed reading of a scene extract from his play, The Brothers. But we will be sharing quotes all week about his work and the famous quotes that we didn't know were his quotes and just finding out now, which is great. So yeah, honestly, jokes aside, after all, he was a man of comedy, so I'm keeping to it. We hope he knows that his work is being respected and loved and appreciated even today still.
Yeah, amazing.
Keep listening, keep finding out about other works and not just limit your knowledge to what is in front of you. Dig deep.
Or don't. The reason why I said or don't was because you, our beautiful audience, probably know loads of different people that we've never come across or playwrights that we've never come across. And we would love you to share your knowledge with us. If there's a play that you love that's been overlooked or that you want to hear performed or discussed, then send it our way. We are thirsty. Yes. We're here.
I'll drink some water now to be quenched. But no, Belinda's right. Honestly, you have plays out there that we have probably not heard of, and honestly would really appreciate hearing from you, even writers as well. We're always happy to perform it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but thank you for listening to today's episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And we would love also to have you on our show, playwrights. So drop us a line.
Yes.
We are interested in everyone who works within the industry. And yeah, we can't wait to explore your work.
Thank you so much for listening.
And we will be back with you next week. Have a fantastic week. Bye.
Bye.